Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? Here's what I've discovered. Purpose is about showing up every day, living life on your terms, moving towards the goals that you have and the things that you want to create. Purpose is self-defined. People have this notion and this idea that purpose has to be this big overarching thing in their life, right? And I'll even have people reach out to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm so excited that you found your purpose and think unbroken." I'm like, "No, no, no, no. That's just a part of my life. That's I would call think unbroken 7% of my life. The coaching, the books, the speaking, the writing, that's a portion. You don't see the other aspects, the fitness and the other business I run. You don't see the relationships and the friendships and the community. You don't see the bonding with family. You don't see the showing up every single day for my life in a way that is like get up at 6 a.m., do the thing that I say I'm going to do, show up every single day, move towards the goal. And in moving towards the goals, purpose starts to shape itself, right? People are like, "Oh, I wish I could have purpose." Purpose is fulfillment to me. Like, what does success mean? And for me, success is, did you do the thing that you said you were going to do today? Are you being accountable, right? You, this is going to be hard for people to hear, but this is just the fucking truth. People are like, "I'm not motivated, so I can't do it." Yeah, no shit. It's not about motivation. Motivation, it ebbs and flows like the sun rises and sets. There are days I'll tell you right now, straight up, full transparency, I am not motivated to record this episode of the show. Period. I'm not. I'm not. Accountability and discipline supersede motivation. Because here's what happens. Motivation can drive you. It's the coal in the engine that gets it going. But you have to continue to use the bellows. That is such a weird reference, but basically what that means is you have to keep stoking the fire. Because the second you quit, it's out. Motivation is the spark. Your willingness and your effort to keep showing up day in and day out and execute the fucking game plan, that is where life changes. That is accountability and that is discipline. Like, that's why we created Think Unbroken Academy, so people can come and have accountability, that they can have a community to be with and start building discipline. That's why we have Think Unbroken Conference this December. And if you haven't registered, go to unbrokencon.com, because especially if you're a VIP, you're going to get put into accountability groups because that matters, right? And being motivated by fear, that's easy. Everyone's motivated by fear. If you are in front of a fucking rattlesnake, you're going to move. Think about it. If you're in front of a rattlesnake, you're going to move. But what do you do when the motivation is gone? And it's an intrinsic choice and decision that you have to make to move towards the life that you want to have. What are you going to do? Because you have a decision to make here. Are you going to show up for yourself, or are you going to make an excuse? And look, excuses are valid. I say it all the time. I'll never take that away from anybody. You have all the right on planet Earth to use excuses. I will never take that away from you. But I can promise you, if you continue to make excuses, your life will not be different. You know, look at my life, and when I was in my teens, I was terrible at school. Straight Fs, right? Straight Fs. And I always said to myself, I have a learning disability. That's what teachers always told me. That's what people always said. I'm a bad writer. I don't know how to concentrate. I'm always interrupting. And so I played into that. And so as I got older, into my late teens and into my 20s, I would just always tell people, yeah, I'm stupid. I would literally say that, like, I'm stupid. Like, I'm not a good learner. I don't understand anything, and don't count on me to be the person when you need it. Because I was allowing that to be my truth. And then I realized now, and especially looking back, I've written 2 books. I'm working on a third. Right? I speak all the time. I'm constantly educating myself. I read more and consume more information to learn and educate than almost anyone that I know. And so the narrative about who it is that you are shifts when you start moving towards the life you want to have.